Let's get started.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in once again to the Manny Show. I have with me Brittney. We're about to get it in. Are you ready for this interview?
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of fun today. So, for all the people that feel like they already know her, I'm telling you, you have no idea. We're going to really be able to dive into some of her journey, her being a mom, businesswoman, great mind, all those great things about her. We're going to get right into it. So, y'all get ready, Manny Show with Brittney. Peace. Hey Brittney, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Thanks so much for agreeing to be on the show.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, so tell me about Brittney for those that don't know.
I am a single mother. I work full-time at the Cleveland Clinic. I travel with my job, so I go to Brunswick on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays I'm at Strongsville, and then Wednesdays and Fridays I'm at main campus.
Nice.
So I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm also a part-time student at Tri-C. I'm in school for a physical therapy assistant.
Okay.
Right now I'm on my last 2 prereqs, so I'm pretty much excited about that.
Yeah.
And happy for this journey to be almost over.
Yeah.
It's been a long road.
It seems like you're juggling a lot. How do you do all those things at the same time?
Honestly, when they say it takes a village to raise a child, it really does. With the support from my boyfriend, from my mom, my grandmother, and also her father's mother has allowed me to be the woman I am today.
Gotcha. So without that support, it would be very hard for you to accomplish all your goals.
Yes, I believe it would. Like, I commend single mothers who don't have support.
Yeah.
I commend them because I would probably break. I'm not going to lie.
No, that's real. All right, now let's talk about the single mom journey, because it's not easy at all.
Not.
And what I love about like your story, and when I say your story, I don't know everything, but what I've done like in like researching people to be on the show, like I look back on some of your posts and just being able to connect with you for the past few years, I'm seeing like some of the good, some of the bad, the funny stuff, the real interesting stuff, the deep stuff. So it's like you well-rounded, you know what I'm saying, as a woman. But let's talk about being a single mom and that whole experience.
It's been a journey.
Okay.
She has definitely made me mature.
Yeah.
I had her at 18.
Okay.
So I was really young. But before she even physically got here, I believe my journey started when I found out I was pregnant with her.
Gotcha.
When I found out I was pregnant with her, I was 17. I was still in high school.
Wow, okay. And what high school did you go to?
Warrensville.
Okay.
So, what a lot of people don't know is I got told either have an abortion or get put out.
Wow.
And I chose to leave. I chose to keep my baby.
Gotcha.
And I believe my whole process of growing up started that day I had to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't have nowhere to go. Luckily, I stayed with her father's mom for maybe about a week. I stayed with my Auntie Tiffany for a while.
Shout out to Auntie Tiffany.
Yes, but really, I stayed with my grandfather for the majority of my pregnancy.
Okay.
Right now, my grandfather is 65. So he had a 1-bedroom apartment. He gave me his room.
Wow.
My grandfather slept on the couch.
Wow.
So that within itself was a lot, because at the beginning I didn't have no support. I wasn't with her father. We were together in and out through my pregnancy, but at the time I got put out, we wasn't even together. Gotcha. So I felt alone.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just me and my baby.
That makes sense. Now, what was that relationship like with your mom and dad during that time?
My father and my mom were going through a divorce.
Okay.
So, and honestly, I had resentment against my mother.
Okay.
So it kind of put a strain on our relationship where I didn't speak to her. In my head, I thought how could you put your child out?
Yeah.
Um,
So during this time, your mom and dad weren't living in the same house?
no.
Okay.
My dad was actually staying with his family because of the divorce. So I
Gotcha.
couldn't even go to my father
Gotcha.
if I wanted to.
Makes sense.
So I leaned on my grandmother who lived in Detroit, and I had my grandfather.
Okay.
And I had her dad, mom, in a sense, but
Yeah.
not the full support at that time.
That makes sense. So what was some of those conversations like with your mom when you first found out and you told her?
That was the most scariest conversation I ever had to have.
Yeah.
But I just remember being on the phone with my cousin, telling my cousin, like, I don't want to tell her. And she's like, just go upstairs and go tell her. So I just went upstairs and told her, and my mom didn't say much. So it scared me. So it was just like, okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I went back downstairs, and it was like we didn't talk about it no more until after prom. But at that time, I was 3 months. After prom, I was about 3 months. So I had already went to the doctor. She was a little itty bitty cell, but I had already seen her, had already fell in love.
Gotcha.
So when it came time for the get an abortion or got put out, it was just like, get put out. But we really didn't talk about it. And then when I got put out, I didn't want to speak to her.
Gotcha.
It was hard.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So when you were trying to make that decision, like walk me through that. Like all the agony, you laying on the bed, talking to your friends.
I honestly only really talked to my cousin Paris.
Okay.
Who was she pregnant then? She wasn't pregnant then, but that's the only person that I felt like I could relate to, who could relate to me.
Gotcha.
I didn't really so much talk to my best friends about it. I instantly just grew so much closer to my best friend Paris.
Gotcha.
I knew I didn't want an abortion. I knew I wanted to be a mother. When I wasn't scared. For whatever reason, I wasn't scared. It was just like, this is going to be a new journey, a new chapter. Of course, you're never ready at 17, 18 years old. But in a sense, I was ready.
Yeah.
I didn't plan it. It's not how I necessarily, per se, wanted it to go.
Right.
But I knew that it was something bigger than me.
Yeah.
So I was never really scared. I never really had any doubts that I wouldn't be a good mother. I think my mother laid a solid foundation to where I had enough skills to be a good mother. I had the opportunity to grow up with my great-great-great-grandmother. So I feel like by having her in my life, I had a lot of skill sets to be a good mother.
Yeah.
So I never was scared, but it was just, and it's crazy because my friends were like, you're not scared? I'm like, no, I'm not scared. I just feel like God put you through things at certain times in your life that you either roll with the punches,
Yeah, that's right.
or you fail tremendously. And
Yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius, so failing is just not an option.
Right. I get it. So when you had moved out, did you talk to your mom during that time?
I honestly, maybe once or twice. I remember she called me, asked me was I taking my prenatals, have I been to the doctor.
Okay.
And then we pretty much did not talk until I came back home.
Okay. So at what point did you come back home?
Came back home, I might have been about 6 months. 6 or 5 months is probably when I went back home.
And she asked you to come back, or were you saying, Mom, can I come back?
How did that go? I remember my grandfather telling us we needed to talk. And I honestly believe she just told me I could come back, and I went back.
Gotcha. Now, was that experience with your mom, did it get a little bit better? Were you guys communicating and her really trying to help you?
It got a lot better.
Okay.
It got a lot better. She still wasn't, like, I would have some days where I just wanted to complain.
Yeah.
And she wasn't for it. But then there was other days where I was able to talk and complain. So it still had its ups and its downs, but we had more ups than we had downs.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Now, What did that 6-month experience teach you?
Honestly, it taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet.
Gotcha.
It taught me more growth. Honestly, I don't, to this day, I believe, even though at the time I didn't understand why I had to get put out, but it helped me. It helped me to see that if I don't have my parents, what are you going to do? How are you going to stand on your own 2 feet? How are you going to survive with you, but not also with me, but with a child?
Gotcha.
I had to learn how to make doctor's appointments on my own. And how to just go through life itself without my mother for a certain period of time. I feel like a lot of us, we rely on our mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's like our pillows, our safety blanket. I didn't have that. So it made me a stronger woman than a woman that I was at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, Brittney, you do realize why I wanted you on the show, right?
Kinda.
Okay. All right, so what do you think?
Like you said, my story, a little bit what you see.
Mm-hmm.
We communicate
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, periodically, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, see, so I think it was probably about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing something,
Mm-hmm.
and then the thought kind of came to me like, you know what, like it's a lot of single moms out there that are influencers because they're influencing their children, whether they have 1 or 5. And I really want to highlight that because that's a struggle.
It is.
And if you can make it as a single mom, really with no support, you just grinding, you getting it in, you still trying to accomplish your goals. Because let's just be honest, some single moms just give up. They feel like they don't have any help. They just lost, like forget it. But you just continue to persevere. You're knocking out your goals. You're trying to achieve different things. Like, so I was like, I definitely want her.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So, what's the most exciting thing that's going on in your life right now?
The most exciting thing I would honestly have to say is her growth.
Okay.
So, right now we're in Lent.
Mm-hmm.
For Lent, I was supposed to give up social media.
Okay.
I made it about 2 weeks.
Okay. That's
But-
pretty long though.
Yes, it was. I accomplished something. At least I did go
for
2
sure.
weeks. But within the 2 weeks, I didn't have social media on my phone. She recognized that, and so she came to me. She asked me why, and I explained to her the whole theory about Lent. And she said, "Well, I want to give up something." Of course, she wanted to give up school.
Okay.
That's not an option. But she gave up her Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
And when they say that your children look at you and they mimic you, I got it, but I didn't get it to an extent. So to me, that was the most exciting thing. Like, she really looks up to me. She really watches what I do. She really wants to be mommy or accomplish what mommy accomplished.
Right.
And so for her to give up a game system where nowadays kids don't really play with toys, she literally, her Nintendo Switch is her life.
Yeah.
That was exciting to me. It made me cry. Like, she really looked up to me. Like, I really did a good thing today.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So how was being a mom?
I'm not gonna lie. It's joyful. It's a wonderful experience, but then there's those days where you just like, I don't want to be mom.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
want to walk in the door and I just want to be me. I don't want to answer a question. I don't want to help with homework. I don't want to clean the dishes. I don't want to get clothes ready for tomorrow. I don't want to comb hair. You just want to go in the house and you just want to lay down some days.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't take those going in the house laying days over being a mom. I can't tell you what life was before I had her. I don't remember. I don't think that I had fun. I don't think that, I don't know. I just don't remember life before being a mom.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about life before a mom. So you were young,
Yes.
high school. So you really didn't have that chance to be like 18, 19, 20, 21 out here kicking it in the streets with no responsibilities. Like, you've really had to grow up pretty fast.
Yes. I had her at 18. Honestly, I turned 19 5 days later after I had her.
Wow.
So I never experienced the going out every weekend. And now if you ask me, I don't relate to people that go out every weekend. To go out, it doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
Even if she's gone with her dad's side of the family or with my side of the family, I'll sit in the house as if she's home.
Yeah.
So I never got to be wild and experience stuff that other teenagers or doing things at 21 that other 21-year-olds did, because I was in a whole different mindset.
Gotcha.
At 23, I wanted to go out the country for my birthday. I didn't want to I never wanted to have no party.
Gotcha.
So it was like I have a total different mindset than
Yeah.
what most people do because of her.
Right.
And I think it is a very good thing. Most people may say, you know, you missed out, you missed some of the best days of your life, but to me, you're missing out because I get to watch somebody grow. I get to see somebody who I created grow every day and learn.
Yeah.
And she teaches me something every day.
Yeah. Okay, what's the suckiest part about being a mom sometimes?
Not having me time.
Gotcha.
Just not being able to just pick up and go if you want to go.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you constantly got to feed them.
For me, I don't like to drop her off and she hasn't ate. That's just a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
If I can, I like to feed her before she go. I like for her to take a bath before she go.
Right.
But just to be in like somebody will call me like, let's go have a drink. And I'd be like, okay, but wait, I got to call such and such and see if they can watch her.
Right.
Or somebody like, let's go out of town. But I have to make sure she's straight.
Gotcha.
I can't just pick up and just go.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So where's her father at in this whole dynamic?
Her father is MIA.
Okay.
He pops up when he wants to, and then he's back out when he wants to.
Gotcha.
So.
Now, has it been like that since the beginning?
Since pregnancy, yes.
Okay.
He'll come in for short periods of time, and then he'll leave. Then he'll come back. And what I don't understand, and what I'm still learning to this day, it's not my place to understand.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in her life until he feels like he is accomplished, per se. He doesn't want to be in her life until he feels like he has his life together.
Gotcha.
Where the selfishness in me, I don't get it, and I never will.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that opportunity to say, oh, my life's not together right now. So here, you take her and you deal with her until I feel like I'm at a point where my life is together.
Yeah.
But you get that room to just up and leave. Whereas I don't have that option. My biggest fear within this journey with her is I always have my father in my life. To this day, I talk to my father every morning. There's not one morning that I don't talk to my father.
Gotcha.
I don't know how to, if she ever comes, and she's getting to that point where she understands he's not there, but if she ever has certain questions, I don't know how to explain to her why he's not there. And I feel like I shouldn't have to. I feel like that's your job.
Gotcha.
So that's my biggest fear with her, is because, and I can't relate. So I feel like it's the one thing where me and her will never be able to relate. I can't relate with her on not having a father.
Gotcha.
Because I always had mine.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah, I can only imagine. How old is she now?
She's 7.
That makes sense.
And she's at that point, like, he's starting to want to come back around now. But she's 7 years old. And she has had a man in her life since I've been with my boyfriend since she was 2. And he's her father. You can't tell her that's not her father.
Gotcha.
And she wanted a war at school. And I'm like, you want to call your father? And she was like, I'll call my stepfather. But I'm like, well, why do you want to call your real father? She said, I'm busy. And she wasn't busy. She called her stepfather right after I made that suggestion.
Gotcha.
But she's at that point where she's realizing this is who's in my life and this is who's putting the time in. But this is a man that's my biological father that's not in my life, that's not putting that time in. And she's at that point, well, why should I?
That makes sense. And that's very hard for baby girl.
It is. It's very hard.
All right, so Brittney, as we really wrap things up, I really want you to speak to other single moms out there that might have the same similar situation or might have a different one. Like, really speak to their hearts.
I just don't want you ladies to never give up. You're gonna have days where you cry, where you angry, you don't know why you angry, why you happy. When you're happy, you're laughing. But just don't give up. There is another single mom. If you want, you can reach out to me. I will talk to you. I don't mind. But you just don't give up. There is a light. No, and I'm gonna say this. You can't look at somebody else's journey and say, well, she's finished school, but she has 2 kids, and I only have 1, but I'm not finished with school. That person walk is not your walk in life. You have to take your journey, own your journey, stand up for your journey, believe in your journey, and you push through however you need to push through. If you gotta cry to get through those days, cry. I sit up and I cry some days, I'm not gonna lie. But then I have my days where I'm happy and my good days outweigh my bad. But just keep your faith. If you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, you keep your faith in what you believe in. You put yourself first. And I'm gonna say this: you put yourself first before you put your babies.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that still to this day, to put myself before I put her before me.
Yeah.
That's a hard task, but you don't give up. You push through. Whether if you're not in school, you just work full time, and you feel like your bills are overwhelming. Push through, because it is a light at the end of the journey, and your journey is your journey.
That's it.
Nobody can write that journey for you but you.
Absolutely. So if they did want to get in contact with you, how can they reach you?
You can follow me on Facebook. My name is Brittney Hudson, and Brittney is spelled Brittney. Or if you want, write on this video, and I will find a way to get in contact with you and send you my direct number. Be patient with me. I am in school. I do work, but I promise you that I will get back to you, and I will help you with any situation that you're going through.
Love it. Brittney, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure. All right, peace.
Bye.